they do last for a while.
Welcome back to Contest of Speed, the AM1 Championship. I'm your host, Electric Entree. Joined by my co-host, Chubb Tucker. Chubb, welcome back to the stream. How are we doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Man, it's just another day in paradise. We're here in sunny Montreal, Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. And we've got some guys out on track, and I'm ready to see how this goes tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good race. The past few weeks we've had some great racing up there with Hux, Devil, Boone, Mindset, and also it looks like we're missing our double back-to-back race winner there. Is that correct?
Yeah, Formula Kai not in attendance tonight for this race. He went back to back, and looks like his streak's going to be broken here in Canada, one way or another, as he is not in attendance. Got a shortened field, 15 cars, with a couple of reserves from AM2 stepping up. So 13 AM1 drivers, 2 AM2 drivers, and that would be Pablo Plays filling in the V carb, along with Jordan Bishol's in the V carb. And then we've got some good salt in the Alpine next to Silkweaver, both stepping up from AM2. So yeah, we're we're coming into qualifying here. We've got Mindset and Lead the Follower both on their out laps. Their first push laps. Sorry, not out laps. Their first push laps of the session. Mindset, by virtue of being the first one out on track, he's set 2 purple sectors so far, coming through sector 3, and I just can't imagine it won't be a purple sector as well, coming down that last DRS straight before the finish line.
Yeah, I believe you would be correct on that. What time do we got for you?
And there it goes.
Actually,
Mindset setting the first lap with a 108.9. Lead the Follower coming right behind him with a 109.6.
Oh.
And Mindset spinning out in that first corner complex. Luckily, he had already completed his lap, so it's no harm, no foul.
Yeah, well, I mean, 108.9 is a good time. I think he was just doing some victory donuts there.
That's right. That's right. Little victory donut to cool the tires. So we are now on board with the V-Carb B Shoals making a return to AM1. He's been absent from the last couple of races. And he's out on a push lap now, but he's invalidated, actually. So let's find somebody else to go with. Let's try, see, some good salt. Coming around now down this final DRS straight in the Alpine. And like we said, he's a reserve from AM2. I'm interested to see what kind of time he puts up tonight. BK in the chat saying you just witnessed a Mindset Masterclass as Mindset sets pole and then immediately spins. So Salt here, the third time of the evening with a 110.0, almost half a second behind the 2 previous laps, but currently good enough for a P3. As he lets other drivers by after completing his lap. So let's see. G-Boon coming in a 109.9 to take that 3rd place from Good Salt, but still almost a second behind pole.
Yeah, and Hux is invalidated there as well, so he won't be setting a time at least this lap. Oh, Potty.
Potty with a 109.2.
Yeah.
Moving him into P2. And that's almost 7/10 of a second ahead of his teammate G-Boon. Potty has really stepped it up this season with his pace and his racecraft. You know, he went scoreless the previous season. I think he joined AM1 mid-season as a full-time driver. And went scoreless. Hung out at the bat, and I don't know if it's a new game or if he just really buckled down and decided to put some more work into it. But he's really come back with a bit. He scored, you know, he had a DNF from P1 in Australia in the opening round. And since then, he's scored in both the previous races. Actually scored higher than his teammate G-Boon in Austria. And he's been running right up there with the front runners.
Yeah, even led a majority of the race, or the beginning of the race there in Australia, before spinning and taking himself out. But you know, I mean, he's had excellent pace all year, like you said, and it's only a matter of time before he's on the podium. But then also, you know, I think he can win a race. This could be the race that he wins right here.
Yeah, he's been running really strong. I think the one thing that is going to be a challenge for Potty, this track is so bad for getting track limits penalties. And Potty's been hit with track limits penalties, I think, every race so far. You know, so I think for him, staying clean is going to be a big thing for him. Kicks out with SSR William crossing the line with a 109.999. And that's good enough for P9. A lot of 9s there. So it looks like, yeah, from P2 to P9, we're within just over 7/10 of a second split between P2 and P9. But Cost Mindset, with that 108.9 on his very first lap, is still just under 3/10 of a second ahead of Potty and P2.
Yeah. And talking about track limits, I mean, you're seeing that, like, even Pucks and Red Devil there had trouble setting that first lap and that first first time for them, even Jay Supreme, because track limits are just so hard here. I mean, right there on this last chicane, even before the Wall of Champions and stuff. I mean, that's where a lot of people get track limits, myself included. It's just hard to time it.
Yeah, very easy, very easy. Just get that tire just enough over that white line and invalidate the lap. Very easy to go too quickly through that chicane and hit that wall. It's definitely, the track is very tricky and a lot trickier than you would think just looking at it. Definitely takes some finesse to get around here unscathed. So now Jay Supreme,
Yeah.
you have to set a time. He's starting his push lap. And we'll ride along on board with him, see how this goes. Gearing down now for this corner sector. This is another tricky spot there. That corner there, the little chicane, very easy to get off track there, pickup penalty, or upset the car. The hairpin, very easy to spin. Get on the brakes too hard, very easy to spin. And you know, these guys here at AM1, AM1 has a medium traction or less, what's the word I'm looking for here? They're only allowed to use medium traction or no traction control. So that makes it even tougher.
On their assist. Yeah,
an assist limit. So Jay Supreme with a 1:13.0. Slowest time set so far. That's good enough for P13. And that's 4 seconds, a little over 4 seconds behind P1 of Cost Mindset. Both are Mercedes now, though, on a lap. Puck's sucking right up behind Red Devil there, using the toe. Fierce to see how this pair goes. Red Devil taking pole. Puck's into P3. Devil beating Mindset's time by 0.108 seconds with a 108.830. Puck's coming in with a 109.0 for P3. And Mindset's feeling the pressure now, sandwiched in between those two Mercedes. But he crosses the line, takes pole back with a 108.5, and now he's 0.3 ahead yet again.
Question is, did he spin after it? No, he didn't. Well, all right.
So everybody set a time now. We've got 15 times on the board. Going from 108.5 to 113.0. The 113.0 kind of an outlier, though. And Jay Supreme actually does improve to a 110.6, and that will move him up one spot into P14. Emerson in the Haas now, 110.75 in P15. But the times have come closer together now.
Ooh. I believe Booney's on a lap there. He looks like he was improving.
He invalidated, actually. I think he has invalidated. So we'll jump down one to Pablo Plays. And he actually, I think he might be slowing down. He may be either coming into the pits or on a prep lap. I'm not sure. I think he was up on his time, slower on his time. But he's in Sector 3. We'll see. I didn't quite catch what the timing said. But coming down this final DRS straight, and he's going to dive in the pits and abort that lap.
Yeah.
SSR William now following his teammate Jay Supreme. Getting a bit of a toe coming into this DRS before getting around behind him to give the toe back. Supreme will dive into the pits as William comes to complete this lap. Currently sitting at 109.999. And he improves to a 109.654, and that's good enough to move all the way up to P6. So we got everybody in the pits now. 6 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. SSR William just completed a lap. G Boone, who had invalidated, he's still on that invalidated lap. Salt out now. He's about to finish a lap. He's got a 110.0 right now. Coming around that final chicane, manages to keep from invalidating. And we'll see if he improves on his time. And he does, cutting 0.4 off. That'll move him up into P5 with a 109.638. Very close to lead the follower, and very close to SSR William, but just enough ahead. That's good enough for P5. G-Boon will dive into the pits. So now, Salt and SSR William have completed laps. G-Boon's in the pits. Lead the follower now out on an out lap. I think he's going to be the only one we have that will be pushing for a lap on track.
Yeah, and kind of shades of the last few races here. You've got 4 drivers up there that seem to have separated themselves away from the pack, but they will, seems like you will have a DRS train of, as of right now at least, of 4 cars. Although I will say G-Boon's probably got something to say about that.
There's still time left to improve on that lap. The times have come very, very much closer together. We're now within, 2.2 seconds from 1 to 15.
Yeah.
And G-Boon down there at the bottom at P13. He's definitely going to be looking to improve, and he's got 4.5 minutes left to do so. So like I said, we're on board now with Lead the Follower coming around to start his push lap. He's got to beat a 109.644 to improve his time. Currently sitting P6. 6 thousandths of a second behind Some Good Salt in the Alpine. So if he can beat a 9.644, he'll improve his time. If he can improve his time by at least 6 thousandths, he will move up a place, provisionally at least. Already into Sector 2. You can see that live speed there on the side. He's coming around, getting getting over 190 miles an hour before hitting the brakes for this tight little turn complex here. I hesitate to call it a chicane. It's almost too open for that. It is tricky. That's
true.
Getting a little sideways coming around that hairpin, but manages to keep it under control. Stays out of the wall. Almost looks like he did that on purpose. That was smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
coming down this final DRS straight. He's going to break 200 miles an hour. Absolutely blistering speeds. Coming into this final chicane. I will call a chicane here.
Yes.
He needs 6 thousandths. He gets it.
Wow. All right.
He moves 1 spot up ahead of Some Good Salt now with a 109.435. 2.03 seconds ahead of Some Good Salt. And that's good enough for one place.
Taking notes at home, I mean, you just drift in the hairpin. That's what you do.
Yeah, and I think maybe if he had a little bit more control on his brakes coming into that hairpin, he might have even had a better exit and a better time. But he kept it under control and he still improved. So, I mean, who am I to say any different?
Oh man.
On board now with Potty. Coming through Sector 2. He's currently sitting P4. 2.23 seconds behind P3 of Pucks. Giving a little weave there, trying to get some heat in the tires. Looking like he's on a second prep lap, actually. So we may just follow him around now. See if he can improve on that time. He needs 7/10 of a second. A little over 7/10 of a second to take that top spot for Mindset currently. But he only needs a little over 2/10 to move up onto the podium. Well, the qualifying podium. Silkweaver is retired from the session. Currently sitting P11. So here we go, on board with Potty. Crosses the line, he's off. Lock up on that front right wheel coming into the turn 2. Using all the track available to him. I think he's giving this McLaren all it's got. Trying to eke out some more gains.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
He's going to come around the V-carb there. Into this corner complex. Keeps it on track. No invalidation. Coming down to the hairpin. We've seen how hard he was on the brakes. He sets a purple sector, too. He's down a little over 1/10 on his time. Doesn't get quite as wild as we saw with the last time. He's going to get a tow from his teammate here. And this is going to be huge.
Let's see what he gets.
Oh, come on.
Final corner, doesn't invalidate. Going to give a tow to his teammate as G-Boon comes around. Not enough to improve. He improves his time, but not enough to move up a spot. He's actually down into P5 now, as Pucks and Red Devil have moved up. Or they haven't moved up. B. Schultz has moved up into P3. Potty getting off the track, diving out of the way for G-Boon. We'll just jump on over to G-Boon while we're here. So now we're on board with the second McLaren, G-Boon. He's looking smooth. Currently sitting P13. He really needs to improve. Potty's got that P5 for now. He's sitting in a good spot. G-Boon would love to at least start in the points.
100%.
We've seen Boone. He has the pace for AM1 to be competitive. He's been competitive. But if he starts from the back, it makes that job so much harder. And he hasn't always been the most consistent on track. So anything he can do to help himself now would be huge. The qualifying session is now over. We've got 2.5 minutes remaining for everyone to cross the line. G-Boon coming around for the final time. Let's see what he does here. Takes almost a second off his time. That's a 109.0. Good enough to leapfrog his teammate Potty to take that P5 spot. So it's a McLaren 5.6 currently.
Yeah.
And left on track, we have Emerson and Stubley. Stubley crosses the line.
And Stubley's done.
Emerson crosses the line, taking that P14 from Jay Supreme. They swap positions with a 110.0. And that'll be our qualifying session here in Canada.
Wow. Just impressive to have, everybody within a second and a half right there. It's going to be a good race, especially with the numerous DRS zones here too.
Yeah, that's very true. Staying close is going to be a big key to this race. So after our qualifying session here in Canada, we've got Mindset in the Ferrari P1, Pucks F1, Red Devil, B. Schultz, G-Boon in P5. His teammate Potty right behind him in P6. Lead the follower. Pablo plays. SSR William. Some good salt. P10. Kryptonic Swang. Stubley, Silkweaver, Emerson, Jay Supreme in the Kick Sauber coming in P15. Very close qualifying. 110.6 in P15. 108.5 in P1. So, yeah, very, very close qualifying. 2 seconds. It's going to be a tight race. Looks like we're on currently dry. Let's can't look at the weather yet. Looks very overcast, but currently dry in this session. So, interesting to see what the weather will be. But we're gonna, as we wait for our drivers to get their tire strategy and fueling set up, take this opportunity to say if you enjoy what you've seen so far on track, would like to be a part of this experience. We are always looking for more people to join Contest of Speed. If something you're interested in the Twitch chat, exclamation point Discord will provide a link into the chat that will link to our Discord. It's a great community to be a part of. We've got European tiers, American tiers, tiers for all skill levels. Very, very close community. Great one to be a part of. Stewarded races. Racing Tuesdays through Thursdays currently, although with more signups, we could expand back out. We did have 4 European tiers last season. We're looking to get back to that and expand to a 4th American tier as well, but we need the racers to do so. So come join us, be a part of it. It's a great place to be. And even if you're not interested in racing competitively, still a great place to be if you just like to be around some fellow F1 fans. And, just want to have a community to get involved with. Come join us. Also, we'll take this time to let you know Cost Bets is live. We've got an over-under on total penalty seconds right now. And take your channel points, run them into the prediction for a chance to win some points. And with that, I think that's everything I need to go through before this race starts. Chubb, anything you got to cover?
No, I mean, the one thing that I think we fail to mention a lot of times is that Contest of Speed also has numerous sponsors and corporate partners that are that are involved with this league as well. Mainly CD Keys, Fanatec, Moza, Digital Motorsports, Petrol Vibes, Sim Lab, Sim Racing Lab, Track Racer, and Keon. All of those help us to have the stream every single week, but then also they provide or not all of us, but they provide a majority of us with racing gear. So
That's right. Now we've got 5 red lights, and we are off here in Canada. Mindset started for pole with the 2-3 of Mercedes right there with him. Gets a good jump, though. He's going to retain that P1 into turn 1 and through turn 2. But he's got Pucks right on his tail and Red Devil to back him up. And he's going to have a good start, but he's not going to get much of a jump, at least through the first couple of corners.
now Canada, like I said before, that those numerous DRS straights, like it's just hard. Which I mean, you don't get DRS to lap 2, but still, it's hard to break away here.
That's right. But with those DRS straights being so important, I think it's key to stay with the pack as well through these opening laps.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you get a gap now, that's huge for your race.
It is. But you don't want to burn all that DRS. Ooh.
They're coming through the hairpin now on lap 1.
Yeah, we got a hospital wide there, Emerson. Everybody else seemed to take it pretty well, though.
Didn't look like much beating or banging. We've got a shortened field of 15 tonight. So there's a little more room to work on track. But Mindset's going to come around. He's going to take that. He's going to lead that entire first lap. Sets the fastest lap with a 1:16.6 to start the Grand Prix. Top 3 all on medium tires, and we'll take this opportunity. We'll go to see everybody starting on the top 4 starting on mediums. G-Boon on the hards, Potty on the hards, Stubbly and Emerson also on the hards. The rest starting on the mediums. So not much variety in the tire choice tonight.
And we're probably going to want to keep that detail to penalties because I mean that's even for those of you following at home, you know, with cost bets that would make it a whole lot easier for everybody to see.
So the field's still staying pretty close together. Looks like G-Boon's got a 1 second gap. B-Shell's in front, but he's managed, you know, it's right close to that 1 second gap, kind of going back and forth between 1 and 0.9. Stubbly and Kryptonic seem to be battling it out. Kryptonic going to get the pass done on that Aston Martin to hold that P11. And he's Potty already with a 3 second warning on lap 3 of the race. I guess going into lap 3. Red Devil taking fast lap with a 1:11.8. So go back here to the leaders. Top 3 still Mindset, Pucks, Red Devil. B-Shell's close in behind in that B-card. B-Shell's been absent the last 2 races. And he was saying earlier before the race, he just didn't have the pace to compete with these guys in AM1 anymore. And so far, it looks like he was a little bit of a liar. Of course, you know, I don't want to curse it, but we've seen how the commentator curse goes for us.
Yeah, been known to do that with Potty a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of, we are on board with Potty now. He's chasing lead the follower for that P6. Looks like he's going to make a dive to the inside in the hairpin. Manages to keep from contacting him and having a big lockup, though. And not going to get that move done. But this seems to be one of the closest battles on track now between Potty. We've also got Good Salt behind Pablo. Oh, Silkweaver and Stubbly.
Ooh.
Silkweaver making that pass on Stubbly to knock him down to P13 now.
Yeah,
and we get a little contact from the Haas of Emerson into the back end of Stubbly. And he's going to totally miss those first 2 corners. And get a 10-second penalty for corner cutting while he's at it. So we'll jump back here to the front. Mindset's still in the lead. Hasn't managed to put a gap on Pucks and P2 yet. And those Mercedes, they're just kind of tucking it behind. Looks like they're going to be working together to try to maybe conserve a little tire in these opening laps and let Mindset do the work. Just hang with him. Utilize that DRS we've been speaking about.
Yeah. And, you know, hopefully hopefully everybody can keep it clean there. Just seeing a little bit of impatience set in right now, but for the most part, everybody's keeping it clean.
Puck's diving out wide
looks
down
like,
the DRS straight, and he's going to get the pass on Mindset easily with the help of that DRS. Bumping the wall coming through that second corner of the chicane. No damage, though. Puck's getting the fastest lap, and then Red Devil immediately taking it with a 1:11.588. So it's a Mercedes 1-3 with Mindset in the middle. And now not only does he have to worry about chasing Puck's down, but he's got to worry about Red Devil putting on the pressure from behind.
Oh.
Potty with a second 3
Potty.
second. And G-Boon picking up one as well. That is 9 total seconds of penalty points for McLaren.
And swing.
Picking up a 3 second as well. You're 5 laps into a 35-lap race. And we already have,
the
9?
Loving it. Oh, my
9,
gosh.
12, 15 points of penalty seconds already. I think. Is that right?
Well, no, it's 22 because
that's right.
that was a 10-second.
Yeah, for him, but he's already served it. So yeah, now we're up to 12 seconds currently.
Okay.
But yeah, Emerson did have that 10-second as well, but he jumped in the pit, served that penalty already. And he's going to come out 37 seconds behind P14 at Kryptonic Swing.
Ooh.
I don't think that 3-second penalty is going to do much for him. Here comes Mindset. Trying to pass.
Oh, wow.
Bucks in the same spot. Waiting a little long to do it. They made a little bit of contact coming into that chicane. Buck's picking up a 3-second along the way as well.
Yeah, that's that and G-Boon right there. That hope those don't come into play later, but
while that was happening,
yes.
SSR William and Pablo Place going at it, battling it out for that P9 position. They've gone wheel to wheel, in through another corner. Oh, and Pablo going completely off track. Did get a corner cut for it, but he was off in the grass, and that's going to let SSR William through.
Ooh, he got a little loose there as well.
Tough battling. SSR William able to pull it off. Pablo reserving up from AM2. He was quick in AM3 last season. Very quick in AM3. But
looks like Emerson DNF there.
yeah, Emerson seems to have retired in the pits already. So we have our first retirement of the race. We're down to 14 cars, 6 laps into a 35-lap race. Bishop's losing position to lead the follower with the help of DRS as they come into the final chicane. He's going to get a little bit squirrely coming out, but he manages to hold on to it. So we got Cost Mindset in first still. Hawks and Red Devil, 2-3, lead the follower, B-Shells. And then we got the twins of G-Boon and Potty and the McLarens coming up behind. And they're on the hunt. Kryptonic Swaying, 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And he retires from the session as well. So in the span of, maybe a lap and a half, we've had 2 retirements in the pits. We are now down to 13 cars in the field, left in the field.
Yeah. Wow. The question is, oh wow, what was that? Oh, it looks like Mindset's left the session.
All right, as I'm the only one actually in the game, let's get an invite going here. I hope I didn't. Did I miss something here? I don't think so. Okay. Sorry. All right, G-Boon and Potty swapping places there. 9 seconds of penalty between them. Pucks has taken the top spot after Mindset has left. He's got his AI there running his car. Got an invite for Mindset. Let's send one more just in case. Oh, and he's off. He's off. So he may have to restart this game there. So Mindset dropping down to P3 currently. 2.5 seconds back is lead the follower. And now that he's in AI, this gives lead the follower a big opportunity to improve his position. Mercedes, both the Mercedes have widened that gap now. The Mindset is out in DRS range. Silkweaver and Pablo Place. Pablo looking like he's struggling a bit there on track. He lost the position to SSR William earlier. He's down in.
He
was in P10, now down into P12. And it's a Sauber, Alpine Sauber, and V-Carb. Coming into this final chicane. Looks like they're going to keep it clean through here. Oh. Silkweaver looking to make the pass. Looking to make the pass on SR William. They're going to go wheel to wheel. Big lockup. Oh, wow. Silkweaver under tremendous pressure. Manages to hang on to it, though. He didn't get the pass done on SR William, but he didn't lose position to the teammate Jay Supreme behind. So, overall, not a bad spot to be in. But it did look like it was going to get hairy there. And while that was happening, G-Boon picked up a second 3-second time penalty. So now it is 12 seconds in total penalties for the McLarens. Pablo looking to make some improvement here. Right on the back of Jay Supreme going to that hairpin, but didn't give himself enough space and had to back out of it. Now he's back down to a 7/10 gap. Yeah. He will have the help of DRS, though, which will help him manage that gap that's doubly behind.
Try to get Mindset back in here.
All right, let's see
if he's...
There he is.
He's
okay.
back online.
He is back on.
All right. Yeah.
All right, Mindset back in it. He's dropped down to P6 now. His AI not being very effective at defending against these AM1 drivers. So now he's gone from in between the Mercedes. He's now found himself in between the McLarens. And Potty going to get that pass done. The one thing that will help Mindset, though, is those penalties, which we're still we're not even a third through the race, so the penalties aren't going to come into play just yet, but they may provide some measure of comfort that he just has to stay within 6 seconds to have those positions.
Yeah, that's true. And the other thing too is, you still don't have the first round of pit stops or anything.
Oh, so. Contact between Potty and Bichel's. Potty's off into the wall. Bichel's picking up a 3-second penalty on top of that. Potty's going to drop all the way to the back, losing the right end plate of his front wing.
Wow.
Looks like he's lost his left side of his wing almost entirely. That thing is mangled. Yeah. And the sad thing is now he's past the pit entry before that happened, so now he's got to make an entire lap on those hard tires with basically no wing left. Or half a wing. Unfortunate. We can go back and see the replay on that. Potty and Scholes, they were coming into this final chicane.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's... you're just getting... Can't really go too wide through that chicane, but...
No, they went wheel to wheel through that chicane and bumped together, and it just shoved him off into the wall. Unfortunate for McLaren, who's had a bit of rough luck this season.
Yeah, meanwhile, I know. I know you always have to leave the space, but how do you leave space there? You can't.
Yeah. Yeah, you just need should have just backed out of it maybe, but...
Yeah, well, that would be too easy.
Meanwhile, the Mercedes have been working together there, swapping positions. Great teamwork. They've built up a 3-second lead over P3 at G-Boon. Pucks with that 3-second penalty as well. So they need to manage that gap as the race goes on. Still plenty of time to make something happen. G-Boon seems to be on the charge. Puck's dropping almost to a second gap behind his teammate. G-Boon's now within 1.5 seconds of that P2 spot.
Yeah, and you've got Mindset there that's within DRS of lead the follower. I mean, I think he's gonna mind that gap pretty well. And then with the 2 time penalties in front of him, I mean, he's right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was Pucks with a 3-second. G-Boon with 6 seconds currently. So, not an unmanageable situation here.
No, no. I mean, he's actually setting pretty good considering, having to disconnect and everything. But SSR William.
Yeah, another 3-second penalty. Pablo jumping into the pits now. 13 laps on those mediums. He'll be looking for a tire change. Looks like, yeah, no damage on the wing. Just a tire change. Going to the mediums, or the hards here, excuse me, on lap 13.
Whew, it's going to be a long stint on those.
22 laps left to go in the race. G-Boon is now caught up to Pucks within the DRS zone. And this is good. This is going to make those Mercedes really have to think about it now. They were trying to work together to try to build a gap up. G-Boon, he's on those hard tires. He can go. Yeah. He can go further. He's going to get that P1 back. He's going to get that P1 from the Mercedes because they're going to have to pit before he does. We'll take this. We'll take this time. We'll see what the tire wear is looking like here. G-Boon's tires looking pretty well. 11 and 6 on the front. 19 and 16 on the rears. Puck's picking up a 10-second in the pit lane and a 3-second for track limits.
Oh my gosh.
That is terrible for the Mercedes push here. So here's G-Boon's tires on those hards. We'll jump up here to Devil. He's on the mediums. Closer to 30% on the rears. Those lefts are getting chewed up here in Canada, though. A lot of wear on the left side of his car. The rights are still. I mean, everything's still serviceable, but those tires are wearing faster than those hards at G-Boon. Oh. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I thought somebody lagged out.
Oh, no, you're fine. No, and he is... Oh, man, G-Boon is right on Devil. I believe he's going to try to make the pass right here.
Yeah, the one thing...
Devil might be one of the pits.
No, they're going to stay out. G-Boon looking like he almost cut that corner there in that chicane. I don't know if he picked up a warning or not. Not going to get a pass on that first year. He's going to come around now. Just stay behind. Perhaps manage this gap. Potty with another 3-second penalty. He's still down there in P13. 7 seconds to Pablo in 12.
Ooh.
Lead the follower in B-Schultz now in the pits. Lap 15 to 35. 20 laps to go here in Canada. No safety car so far, though we have had one pretty solid crash and a couple of retirements in the pits.
Ooh.
And you know, the way this is looking, it doesn't look like G-Boon's really pushing for that P1 right now. It looks like he's happy to stay here behind Devil. Maybe save the tires. Really. Perhaps saving the tires, I don't know. But he's cut that gap down. He was almost 3 seconds back from the Mercedes, a few laps ago. He's cut that down. He's well within DRS. But doesn't seem to be pushing too hard. But it looks like he's going to swing out now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, if he goes another lap.
He's got the DRS. He's going to get that pass done easily.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Slowing down for the corner.
Oh, no.
Holy.
That's not good.
No safety car out.
Unreal.
Does a full 360, getting rear-ended by Devil, who was diving into the pits, and just, I don't know if he didn't hit his brakes or if Boone hit the brakes sooner than Devil expected. Did a full 360 through that chicane. No damage to his car, luckily. And doesn't seem like he's any worse for the wear.
That's remarkable. I mean, that's going to hurt Devil, though. Having to replace the front wing now, but...
Whew. Yeah, that's exactly right. I didn't even think about that. Devil in the pits. Or not in the pits. Devil's out of the pits. New front wing. No, he doesn't have a new front wing. Did he change his... Did he go in the pits? I thought he did. Yeah. He did go in the pits, but he did not change his front wing. So he's now in the hard compounds. Back in P3. But that loss of an end plate is certainly going to hurt. Well, it looks like he's missing some beams out of his front wing as well as the end plate. That's not going to be good for his race.
Interesting.
Back on board with Mindset now. He's in P5. Between the Aston Martin of Stubley and the Williams lead the follower. With the DRS, he's going to go out.
Oh, there
Going to get in front and lead the follower now. He's up into P4. Red Devil back in the pits for a wing change, and that's going to put Mindset back into P3. Back on the podium. And with the fastest Sector 3 as well.
Yeah.
So after disconnecting from the race, getting back in, his AI lost him some positions. And he's just about to be back in it.
Yeah.
And looking at the penalties, Pucks, 13 seconds of penalties. He's either going to have to hit the pits to get rid of those, or he's just going to have to serve them at post-race. Either way, that's a net P2 for Mindset. And if he can reel into a 6-second gap from G-Boot, he could, he's got, what, 18 laps left to do it. He could take the top spot on the podium tonight.
Yeah, he could. Is he still... He's pitted already, correct?
He has.
Yes.
Yes, he actually just
pitted.
And
He's
on
G-Boon
fresh
still
tires.
And G-Boon has yet to pit, so...
Oh, yeah, wow, yeah, so this is... The P1 is definitely on for Mindset, as long as he can stay within 13 seconds of Pucks at the moment.
Yeah. I think he could let the AI drive and that would happen.
The one thing now is he has to watch lead the follower from behind, although he may be able to game it out like we've seen him do in the past. Let him get ahead, use the DRS to gain time to those ahead of him. You know, instead of fighting it, just let it happen and then use that to his advantage.
Yeah, I mean he could. He's having a little hard time shaking lead right now, but
yeah, lead the follower showing some great pace here. Hanging with a 3 in a row race winner last season Mindset. But we're currently on board now with Pablo Plays in the B car, chasing down Jay Supreme for that P10. And he's hanging right with him. Hasn't offered to make the pass yet, though. But this is currently the closest gap we have in the race. Bit of lockup around that hairpin. Going into the DRS, we could see an attempt at a pass now. Mindset with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:11.3 on those fresh hards. And there goes Pablo to take P10 from Jay Supreme, and that's going to put points on the board for V car. Pablo down 2 places from his starting position. Showing he still has to fight, though. G-Boon with another 3-second penalty. And McLaren's race just goes from bad to worse. Potty has managed to make up a place over Red Devil thanks to that second pit stop for a wing change. Moving up into P12. But he's got penalties. And you can see him there in the background behind Jay Supreme. He's got 2.5 seconds to get to the DRS. Or sorry, he's got 1.5 seconds to get into the DRS range of Supreme. Well, let's see now. We'll go back, check out the penalties once more.
Oh, wow.
9 seconds for G-Boon, 13 seconds for Pucks. If Mindset can get 1 more second closer to Pucks, he can hit the P1 as it stands now.
Yeah.
But we're currently looking at, what, 13, 18, 21?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Boone's tires have got to be screaming at this point. I mean, because he's still yet to pit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll take another look at G-Boon's tires here. And actually, you know, that left rear is the worst one of the bunch. 32% wear on that left rear. 10% on his front right. And he's not even putting enough heat into that tire. All these fast left-handers keeping that tire from really heating up well. But very uneven tire wear. But not unmanageable at the moment. We've got 15 laps left in this race. And I wonder, what's the weather looking like here? Pull up this weather forecast. Just overcast through the next 15 minutes. Not really any significant chance of rain. So it's not like it doesn't appear as though the drivers are looking for a change to intermediates or something, holding out for like a wet tire change. Meanwhile, Montet has set another fastest lap this race. He is on the charge. Potty managing to get ahead of Pablo Place. He's now in P11, one spot out of the points, and closing that gap to Jay Supreme. But we'll jump on board here with some good Salt, who's chasing down Bichos for that P5. Bichos already with the penalties as well. This isn't a do-or-die thing for Salt, especially at this point of the race. But if he can get ahead, it's not going to hurt anything for him. Because he's got SSR William and Stubley coming up behind as well. If he can put one more car between him and those two behind, that does nothing but help him.
Right. Well, I mean, with the penalties, I mean, he's realistically looking at a shot to get up there close to a podium.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of penalties ahead of him. He's got the DRS open. Doesn't look like he's going to get a pass done here. Keeps it clean through the chicane. Stubley's going to dive in the pits. That'll ease a bit of pressure behind good Salt, but SSR William still hanging in there. Bichos with another 3-second time penalty. And that's huge for Salt.
Yeah.
Seems he's just hanging out there behind Bichos for the moment. We'll jump down to Potty in P11. Under half a second between him and Pablo. Potty's on the charge. Got a fresh wing on the car. The medium tires. Opens that DRS flap. Pablo without the assistance DRS. Potty's not going to get a move done before before this complex. They're going to move down to this hairpin. You're seeing how Potty navigates this. They're closing in on Jay Supreme as well. 2 seconds between Pablo and Jay Supreme. And I think this is where Potty makes a move. He's got 0.3 of a gap. Opens the DRS flap, and here he goes. He's going to make that pass.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Flying past Pablo. 203 mile an hour, I think, hitting top speed he hit down that DRS straight.
Choo.
It's 1.6 second gap to Jay Supreme in 9th, and he's on the charge. Meanwhile, Pablo's woes aren't over yet, as Devil's now coming up behind. And we know Devil's quick. He's got a new wing as well. New medium tires. Pablo's really got his work cut out for him. Devil is so hard to defend against. He's patient. He's got good racecraft. He knows when to push and when to back off. Very good at sitting behind you, just letting you make your own mistakes and capitalizing.
Oh yeah. Just playing peekaboo with your mirrors.
That's exactly right. Navigating the chicane, or the hairpin, the gap's opened up to half a second. Lead the follower with a 3-second time penalty now.
Ooh.
Pablo's got the DRS. Red Devil's got the DRS. Not going to allow him to close that gap meaningfully. He's down under half a second again as they come into the second stretch of this DRS zone. Crossing the line for lap 24. Got 11 laps left in this race, and Red Devil has managed this gap, but Pablo is also looking at chasing after Potty, and he's keeping that gap close as well, not letting Potty just get away with that pass.
Ooh.
So as it stands, Potty, Pablo, and Red Devil, P10 to P12. Potty desperately needs to get within DRS and Jay Supreme to help him defend from Pablo and Red Devil behind, who will both have the help of DRS. Devil getting very close to Pablo there. Didn't get the pass done. Coming to this hairpin. Following in each other's tracks. No move to the inside for an offer for a pass. G-Boon finally hitting the pits on lap 25 to get off those hards. Mindset and
Yeah,
Puck's
let's see
moving
where
up
he
to
comes out.
P2 and P1. Oh, Devil looking like he was going to make the pass, but he's not going to do it. He's going to hang back.
Like, G-Boon came out just in front of SSR William there.
Bishol's with a
Bischoff.
3-second time penalty. So we'll jump up here with G-Boon. He's got the new tires
fresh
on.
tires.
Fresh tires. Yeah. Lots of penalties. He's on the mediums, coming off those hards. Schultz ahead has multiple penalties. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and pull up the time penalties there, because I'm curious. Oh, wow. Yeah, so Puck's in the lead with 16 seconds. That lead the follower right now with those 3 seconds, but Some Good Salt's 8.5 behind, so really he wouldn't have any change. But then, you've got Silkweaver right there that technically right now would jump up to 5th.
And that would be huge for Alpine.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Bishol's making the move on Good Salt to move ahead. Salt, though, with no penalties, shouldn't be too worried about this move. He's got G-Boon behind, Bishol's ahead, both with 9 seconds worth of penalties. Stubbly picking up a 3-second as well.
G-Boon's on those fresh tires.
And G-Boon is on the fresh tires, and he's fast.
He's just lurking.
Oh, wow, yeah. Looking like he was going to go for a dive there. Thought better of it. Come around this DRS zone. It's going to be a wash. But they will gain to Bishol's ahead. While this is all happening, Potty has dropped from ahead of Pablo to behind. Devil has gotten ahead of Potty. So that pack now is Pablo, Devil, and Potty. 10, 11, and 12.
Oh, boom. 2 passes, 2 corners. Wow. Back up to 4th.
Boone jumping back up to 4th. Bishol's also with that 9-second time penalty. As long as he can stay ahead of Bichol, he'll keep that position ahead of him. But they will lose spots to Good Salt. And G-Boon setting a purple sector 3 that last time around. Ooh. Absolutely screaming on these fresh mediums.
Yeah, I think he's about to open up that gap.
Meanwhile, Mindset is caught up to Pucks now. Is within DRS range. He doesn't have to pass it. But he probably will. We've got 8 laps left in the race. And I don't think he's going to push it too hard.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe within the next few laps, he may get ahead on track. But it's not a necessity at this point.
No, it's not. He's perfectly content where he's at now. Doesn't have to push.
Oh, and Mindset with a 3-second penalty of his own coming through that final chicane.
Oh, Lord, I said that. There's a curse.
Luckily for him. Doesn't even compare to the 16 seconds of penalties from Pucks. As long as he can stay ahead of lead the follower, he'll have that P1 still. G-Boon.
G-Boon. 110.
Yeah, 110.9 to set the fastest lap. We said he was screaming, and screaming he was. A 110 in race trim. Very solid lap here in Canada.
Yeah, especially without DRS or anything. I mean, that's pretty fast.
Bishol's getting a pass done on Salt now. Salt's still penalty-free. He's really looking to gain from some of these penalties ahead of him. So maybe he just uses the DRS to his advantage here. Doesn't fight it too much. Currently sitting in P6. We will see him jump up as long as he can keep it clean for the rest of the race. Meanwhile, Mindset has gotten the pass done on Pucks. He is now sitting P1. Pucks looked like he was going to take that position back. But it didn't happen. Mindset's going to hang on to it. They come around to start lap 29. Jay Supreme and Silkweaver going at it down this DRS straight. Looks like Red Devil kind of cut the corner a bit there, but he still stays penalty free. And he's looking to make a pass. Coming into turn 1, gets it done. Bumping Silkweaver down to P10. Now he's on the hunt against Jay Supreme. Kick Sauber's running P7, P8 currently. Supreme lags 6 seconds behind his teammate, who does have a penalty.
And is SSR William at 6 seconds on his penalties there?
Is it 6 or 3? It is 6.
Oh, he's at 6. So
Jay Supreme
matters a lot to Devil. Wow.
Jay Supreme very close to being within range of gaining off his teammate's penalty. But so is Red Devil if he can get the pass done. He's had the pace after dropping all the way to the back of the grid due to a second pit stop because he didn't change his wing the first time around. It looks like he's going to make the pass here. Supreme moving over to let him by. Very courteous of Supreme, knowing he wasn't going to fight that.
Yeah.
Although, at the same time, you know, if you're Supreme, if your teammate's ahead and has 6 seconds of penalty, do you hold it up to allow your teammate to keep the position even with the penalty?
I mean, well, I think both of you would have to know that.
Well,
but
that is
if
true.
you did know that, then yes, I think you would obviously help out the teammate there. It's not like a McLaren, like, hey, switch the position type of a deal.
Right. Meanwhile, in the Twitch chat, BK says Salt would kill for a safety car right now. And
Oh, he would, yeah.
absolutely right. Pugs, another 3-second penalty. That puts him to what, 22 seconds? 19 seconds.
Salt would kill. I mean,
Salt would kill, yeah. He's going to gain from G-Boon. He's going to gain from B-Shulls. He's not close enough to gain from Lead the Follower. He will gain from Pucks.
And
So Salt is currently looking at a podium spot right now for P6, just from on-track penalties.
yeah, that's unreal.
Absolutely wild to think about. Meanwhile, Devil getting past Jay Supreme, he's cut that gap down to 4.8 seconds, well within range to fight with to gain off of SSR Williams' penalty. Pablo picking up a 3-second penalty as well down there in P11. So right now, everybody seems to have spread out. Potty chasing down Pablo. And then you've got Jay Supreme and Silkweaver chasing Red Devil. Potty with another 3-second time penalty. And the hits just keep coming. I think anybody who bet the over on the cost bets prediction has won big tonight.
Oh. Yeah, I agree with that.
Jump back up
That's
here. Oh, excuse me.
easy money.
Jump back up here with good Salt. Looking to make an attack on B-Shulls. He's got the DRS. Doesn't have the flap open, though, interestingly enough. Maybe thinks it's not worth fighting for that position and possibly having a race-ending incident. Didn't utilize the DRS, but he's right on the back of B-Shulls. Not sure if he knows or not. He is on for the podium. Just off of penalties. Now he opens his DRS. He's going to get it done here in this quarter. They're going wheel to wheel. Going to get ahead of Pucks. A little bit of a lockup. Keeps it clean. Oh, no, and then he spins.
Oh! Oh, my gosh. Oh,
breaking the end plate,
no.
right end plate off of his wing.
Oh, man.
You know, and I don't believe there was any contact there. I think he just got those tires off on that curb and just lost traction.
Oh, my gosh.
Unfortunate for Salt. He drops all the way down to P13, and he was in such a good spot there. So now, guess who's going to be the big winner here? Red Devil.
Oh, yeah.
4.5 seconds to SSR William. Looks like he's coming up on a back marker here. No. I swear I saw another car in front of him. Mindset with another 3-second penalty. He needs to. He doesn't have much pressure out the back, but he does need to watch those penalties now. It's too late in the race to be losing it. But Devil, penalty free. Devil, J Supreme, and Silkweaver, all three penalty free. Good Salt still penalty free all the way in P13. But this 7, 8, 9 spots here are really going to win out on the penalty lottery tonight.
It looks like he's about. There's about 22 seconds that he's back, so.
G-Boon moving up a position on lead the follower now with the help of the DRS. Seems we're just kind of maintaining at the moment now. Let's take another look at that spin by Salt there.
Oh man!
Opening the DRS flap there. Get the pass done on B-Shells. And they come through that corner section. B-Shell's coming back. He's right behind him. They don't make contact, but Salt just losing the rear end, spinning into the wall, breaking his wing off. Such an unfortunate event. He was on track for the podium, and that's just a horrible way to end it. You know, I really feel for him.
I do too. I think well, I know in practice I've done that exact same thing. You just get back on that throttle too fast, and man, it just tire wear and everything. You know, you just spin. Can't help it. It's gone.
That's exactly right. You know, that's just part of it. Come back and get him next time. And, you know, honestly, he's in the pits now. We'll see where he comes out gap-wise. But, I mean, he can still be on for some position gain. He's got plenty of penalties in front of him. He comes out 27 seconds back, but we're on the last lap. So, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Potty with 12 seconds ahead. So, yeah, I don't know that he brings it back in time. Makes up a 14-second gap in time to gain off of Potty's penalty there.
Devil, if he can close it down, he's going to be close to being in front of Pucks, which is wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, we said before, you know, this 7, 8, 9 of Devil Supreme and Silkweaver, they're really gonna win out. See a lot of gain just from keeping it clean. And it looks like at this point they're not really, you know, we're on the last lap. Supreme's got DRS, Silkweaver's got DRS. You know, they're so close together. I don't know that they really fight much here. Maybe see it on the last DRS straight. See maybe a pass attempt. But I think they just kind of maintain for now. Of course, you know, I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Oh, Pucks with a...
Well, it's crossing the line. That's at 10-second. He didn't serve for speeding.
Okay.
So Mindset crossing the line P1. Pucks with the huge penalty. So lead the follower is going to move up to P2. G-Boon in P3. Puck's currently at P4, but he's going to drop some more as they come across the line.
Oh, B-Schultz with another. Wow.
B-Schultz with another penalty. He's going to stay in P5 crossing the line at the moment. But SSR Williams coming up. Oh. Hits the wall as he crosses the line, but he's going to move up to P5. Silkweaver, Red Devil, and SSR Williams moving up 6, 7, 8. B-Schultz down to P9 now. Puck's still in P4. Stubley will improve to 10. Potty down to P12.
Some good Salt, man.
Salt, the only one left on track.
Yeah.
And that is your Canadian Grand Prix in AM1 of Contest to Speed. Jay Supreme picks up Driver of the Day. Cost Mindset for going AI in the middle of the race. Losing position. Manages to come back even with a couple of penalties and take that top spot.
Yeah, that's unreal. I mean, just to leave, you know, basically take a break during the race and then, you know, let the game just drive for you, then come back and be like, oh yeah, sorry, hang on, I got this.
Yeah.
unreal. But there you go. I mean, we can't make this stuff up. It's great. Great.
All
racing.
right. So Red Devil, I think he finished above P13. I think he quit out of the game too early after crossing the line and it dropped him. I don't remember what position he actually finished in.
I think it was 7th.
Okay, that's what I thought as well, but I wasn't sure. So
Yeah, it was J Supreme, Silkweaver, and then Devil.
okay. So we got Cost Mindset taking the top spot, lead the follower G-Boot, Pucks, J Supreme in 5th. We're gonna go Red Devil, Silkweaver.
Well, Silkweaver.
Oh, Silkweaver, Red Devil.
Silkweaver, then Red. Yeah.
Okay, so J Supreme in 5th, Silkweaver, then Red Devil, then SSR William, B Schulz. Oh, wow. I feel like that did not give me as much time as usual. But maybe I just wasted. Might have just wasted too much time there. All right. So we're going to try and get these drivers into our voice chat here. Try to get some interviews going. All right, so who did we have? We had Mindset, Boone,
and lead the follower.
lead the follower. Man, what a race.
It was a great race. I mean,
See, they seemed a little slow there, kind of in the middle. A lot of penalties coming into play. But, holy. There he is. I know who that is.
Takes a mathematician. I mean, literally to just like, I mean, I'm good at math, and I literally couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Not that fast at math. Good Lord.
So many penalties coming in all the time.
Gosh.
Oh, man. All right. We got Mindset in here. We've got Lead the Follower in here. Lead the Follower in here. Waiting on G-Boon. I think we could probably just go ahead and dive in. Start off with our race winner here. Mindset. Got the name change done. Got the P1. Wasn't without issue. But you persevered, powered through, took that top spot on the podium, had a little meltdown in the process. How was that race for you, brother?
I mean, besides the yeah, sorry for the thing in chat. I was obviously leading and I was kind of mad. But besides that, what a great race, man. I mean, literally I feel like I don't want to hate on Pucks. Pucks had great pace, but I think if I didn't lag out or he didn't have DRS, I think I would have been pretty far ahead. But yeah, the pace was great, so couldn't really complain.
Yeah, man, he got hit with so many penalties there. There wasn't really. It didn't seem like there was too much pressure on you to get the pass done. With the amount of penalties you had, you picked up a few of your own there towards the end. But I think it was obviously it was a wash in the end. But how much focus did that take to stay clean as long as you did during that race?
Oh, I mean, it was fine. Like up until I lagged out, I had no warnings, and then I think Scholes and Potty got together, and I had to dodge that. So I got one there, and then I think I just got another one, and then I don't even know where it was, but it was just a silly mess up. I guess I lost focus, and then yeah, but I was locked in at one point, and I was like third. I was chasing down Pucks. And I look up and I thought G-Boon still only had 3 seconds. I look up and I see he has 9, and then Pucks has like 16. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can just chill. I don't really have to push too hard. But yeah, the 6 seconds was a little rough, but hey, it didn't matter in the end.
Yeah. Well, man, that was. I gotta say it. It was a mindset masterclass.
Amen. Amen.
Good to see you back on the top spot, man. And
Yeah, man.
good strategy. Way to persevering through that disconnect. I swear, man, I was trying. I paused twice and said you invite. One time I paused it and like you weren't even online. I was like, oh no.
I know my game crashed when I quit and accepted your invite. My game crashed. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was looking bleak there for a minute, but managed to
Yeah.
pull it off. Glad you did. But man, what a race! And I just that was a wild one to see. But I think I don't really have any other further questions this time. I'm sure Chubb does though.
Yeah. So when y'all were strategizing this week, did you all along plan like lap 10? Like I'm just going to kick the power supply and then we'll give them all a shot, and then we'll just after that we'll come back in, give them a few laps.
What do you mean? Like,
No, I'm just joking.
I think you were saying like kick
No.
the power supply on your computer and like shut it down.
You're not,
oh yeah. I put an update for my PC at lap 10, so
Okay. All right.
I had to get that
hey.
extra ERS upgrade in the car.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it paid off. No, that was excellent race from you all. I mean, really, kind of like you said there, the pace was great, but I do think without you disconnecting, like you would have ran off and left them. Just you were quick from the onset of qualifying, and I mean, it was evident that this was your track. This was a track that you were good at.
Yeah, it was funny. I PB'd in quali actually. That was quicker than my time trial lap that I was doing earlier.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
yeah, congrats again, man.
Yeah, thank you. Just shout out my boys at Arby's and Sid. He got me for a little bit, but then he fell asleep. So
Hell yeah.
thank you, boys.
Thank you, man. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
All right. With that, we'll jump over here to who do we have? Was it G-Boot in second? Is that correct?
Lead the follower was in second.
Lead the follower in second place. All right. So now, lead the follower. Are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I got you guys.
Hey, welcome in, man. Congratulations on the podium. Glad to have you in here with us. How was that race for you, man?
I appreciate it. It wasn't too bad. I figured, I didn't lay down really a good lap in qualifying and started 7th and saw what Mindset and I forget who else was up there ran in qualifying. So I figured it was going to be mostly just keeping it on track. And then lap 1, I had 2 warnings, and I was like, well, probably going to end up with a lot of penalties, but just drove super conservative. Try to keep the rear tires on and ended up with only 3 seconds. And I think everyone around me was at like 12 and 19 and stuff. So I was just trying to make it to the end once I kind of realized the pace of everyone and where I was going to be at, and worked out, I guess.
Yeah, it seems to have. That was the staying clean here, man. We said it before the race that it was going to be a key to this race. I didn't realize, I didn't expect it to be as much of a key as it ended up being. Yeah, like you said, 19 seconds of penalties for pucks. I think Boone had 9 or 12. People were getting them left and right. So coming out of here with just 3 seconds, I think we had 3, maybe 4 drivers that didn't have penalties at all. But even just the single 3 seconds, I mean that was huge for you. Obviously, as it jumped you up onto the podium. So I staying conservative. I can't imagine driving that whole race with 2 warnings on the first lap and only coming out with 1 penalty. Amazing drive by you to achieve that. So congratulations. Man, what a drive! Like I'm speechless, honestly, from that race. Just how much the order got shaken up by those penalties.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So like you said, you saw the laps. You knew that staying clean was probably the key. You executed it well. Was there anything other than the 2 warnings on that first lap? Was there anything you really struggled with, or was it just total focus on staying clean?
No, once I got the two warnings, lap one, it was just trying to stay clean. At the end of the first stint, I was really struggling with rear tires, but I just all I cared about was not running off again. It was almost I tried to keep up with mindset there, saying his DRS as he was running down pucks at the end, and couldn't quite do it. And then I got my penalty, and it was almost a relief because I could push a little bit harder, knowing I had another warning before I would get the 6 second penalty. So then I got to push a little bit and just kind of let G Boone go. Didn't want to race too hard as I saw his penalty. So no, didn't struggle too much. Just try to keep it clean for 35 laps, and it was there were some moments, but it all worked out.
Absolutely, man. Well, again, congratulations for me. Um,
Yeah.
any follow up from you, Chubb?
No, I just kind of shocked that it didn't rain in Canada. I know that's one of the things that I always plan for whenever I'm going to be racing here. Did you plan for that any this week, and any setups that you had like set aside for that?
Yeah, I did expect rain in either quali or the race, and so I was ready with a little bit of a different setup if we were going to have to do, especially the race in the rain. But yeah, we loaded in, and it was all sun, and so I just went with what I'm most comfortable, fasted in the dry. And like I said, it's like a low 109 for me in quali, and I didn't quite hit that, but I saw the guys up there in the 108, so I knew from there was just keep it smooth and steady. So, but I was surprised there's no rain. I mean, I'm glad there wasn't though. I didn't want to deal with it.
Oh yeah, it's slick on this track. Um, but no, great job. Obviously, kind of like you said there, it's remarkable to walk out of this track, and it's crazy to say it, but it's remarkable to walk out with just 3 seconds of penalties. So great job, and great drive tonight. Glad
Thanks,
to have
Rose.
you up here.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we'll come down to the McLaren driver, G Boone, back on the podium again as well. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I'm here, and I guess I'll just roll with it.
Might as well. Man, that was a tough race for McLaren, it seemed. I mean, even with the podium finish, I mean, you and Potty running well. I mean, Potty really seems to be running well this season, but man, he's had some terrible luck. Got into it with, who was it, Bischols there, I believe. Uh,
Yeah.
broke his wing off, went all the way to last place. Um, you both picking up a ton of penalty. Somehow
Yeah,
it
that's an
wasn't enough
understatement,
penalty to keep you out of the podium, but
dude. I don't even know.
it just, man, that was rough, man. I was feeling down for y'all, and surprised when you got that podium spot still, and I was like, I mean, happy for you, but a little bit surprised. So um,
Oh, so am I. I mean, I'll take it, but I mean, there's literally nothing that went right in that race until I had good pace at the end. You know, so I mean, I could tell the hards were the best option. The mediums die like after 5 laps on this track. It's an ice rink as it is already, so I kind of just banked on um, going hards long and see what happens. Hope for a safety car, especially after I got spun around near the pit window. I got hit by Devil because he forgot that you had to brake if someone was in front of you to go into the pits because it's a weird entry there. And I went absolutely flying. I thought my race was over right there because I did a 360 and was backwards for 5 seconds. And then I just kept going, hoping for a safety car. And then after I pit, I came out in fifth with new mediums and just I was like, all right, I guess I'll push and see what I can do from here. But yeah, no, it was just the weirdest thing.
yeah, we caught that incident on stream. Got a replay of it and everything. Uh, yeah, the spin around, man, and you were out. Like I I was amazed you didn't pick up any damage, but I guess you didn't really hit the wall. You just got hit in
No,
the
I didn't. I was
hit in the
spun.
rear, so you lucked
Yeah,
out there. I know it tore the shit out of Devil's wing, and he actually,
yeah.
when he went in the pits, didn't change the wing the first time around. Had to hit the pits again.
Uh, well,
Um,
he probably. I wonder if he had it on like no or something, and he couldn't change the setting. I don't know. I don't know because that's weird. If it was on auto, surely it would have replaced it. Because he pretty sure he said it was gone. Like his
yeah,
wing was completely gone.
yeah, it was torn to shreds. About like Potty's when he hit the wall. But
Yeah.
I mean, you spun around. We was like, oh no, you were running well.
Mhm.
Other than the penalties, but like you were running well, and then that happened, and we was like, oh no, this is not good, obviously. And you didn't even lose position, just got it back on track, came around, hit the pits, changed your tires, and seemed like you had really good pace on those fresh mediums there at the end. I know you said they died off there probably 5 laps in, but it seemed like you were cooking on those mediums there.
Yeah.
At least off the when they were fresh.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I guess they were better second stint with lower fuel because I all the practice, well, I say all the practice. I did like 8 laps of practice, um, because I've been moving for school, but literally got here like 5 hours ago, set up my computer, and here we are. But I did like 5 laps on mediums with full fuel, and like it was an ice rink, and then that's all I tried. So I was like, "Oh, I'll just do hards at the beginning and go as long as they can." I even thought maybe do softs at the end, depending on how long I took the hards, but especially after the spin, I was just hards until a safety car was my thought process. I mean, I did not think I was gonna come out even in the top 10 after I pit, but somehow I did, and penalties didn't hurt me enough. I'm still so confused that I'm doing an interview right now.
yeah, you sound a little bewildered here.
It was an awful
Yeah.
race. Like, I can't express that more. It was just so weird.
Well, awful for you, but worse for others. So you won out this time.
Apparently, I wanna know what happened behind me. Like, I don't I wanna know what happened the rest of the race because, I mean, I know a lot of stuff happened, but if all of what happened to me ended up 3rd, I don't wanna know what happened with everyone else. So, crazy.
Right. Oh man. Well, I mean, yeah,
But
work.
Sure Pucks had a drive-through, didn't he?
What he picked
He
up 10
did.
seconds for speeding. Did he have a drive-through
Yeah.
Mhm.
as well?
Oh, wait, maybe it wasn't a drive-through. It may have been the 10
Well, no,
second.
it was the
Yeah,
10
yeah,
second.
he had a 10
Okay,
second for
okay,
speeding, and then
okay.
like 9 seconds of track limits. Um,
It
Yeah.
was crazy.
and that came after he had pitted the 10 second. Well, it came when he went into the pits to change
Right.
tires, and he never went back. So, yeah, he ended up with like 19 seconds total of penalties, I think, unless he picked up one at the
Yeah.
very end that I missed. But yeah, I mean, like it was so many, like it was just constant stream of 3 seconds for track limits, 3 seconds for track
Yeah, I
limits,
bet.
10 seconds for
That
speeding.
notification probably stayed up the whole race, huh?
Yeah, I was pretty constant. I think I've got it burned in on my monitor now.
Mm.
But yeah, man,
Yeah.
way to persevere, way to pull it off there. Despite the mindset had difficulties. I think everybody struggled this race. Seems like really from lead the follower had the best race out of everybody on the podium.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, man, congratulations. Glad to have you back in here. And I think that's going to do it for me. Um, anything to add to that, Chubb?
Just looking forward, I know you said you just moved into school. Are you how do you feel about Monaco, and are you now that you're gonna be in school, like, do you have enough time to practice to get ready for
No way
Monaco?
Monaco's next.
That's a good question. And yeah, for real mindset. But oh man, I will see. I'm not gonna have as much time as I did the first couple races. Today was definitely like the least time I've ever had to drive before a race. And I expected a lot of penalties, and I mean, I expected it to be worse than it ended up. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it'll be that bad. Um, but I'll find some time, and it's masters, so I'm not taking too many classes. So hopefully, I'll have enough time to at least be in the fight still. But we'll see.
There you go. But plus, I mean, you always gotta take a break from studying, you know? What better
Yeah,
way than to get
exactly.
on here
Exactly.
and drive, so
Yeah, and sweat and stress and
It's like exercise.
exactly.
only better.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Once again, congratulations to Mindset lead the follower in G Boom for the podium finish here. Very, very stressful race. Full of fraught and hardship here in Canada. Managing to pull off the podium. No small feat tonight. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you for those of you at home watching. It's been a pleasure to have you with us. One more time, if you would like to be a part of this on-track action or just looking for a community to join, even if you're not interested in racing competitively, exclamation point Discord in the Twitch chat will send you a link to our Discord at Contest to Speed. And that will allow you to join up with us. We'd love to have you join. We have American European tiers for all skill levels, racing for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. In the evenings, depending on which. In the evenings for each tier, so it'd be like 9 p.m. UK for EU, 9 p.m. Eastern time for American. But yeah, tiers for all skill levels, all assists, American, European. Great community to be a part of. Stewarded races, for the most part, clean racing. And the racing that isn't clean is held accountable. Great community to be a part of, and we'd love to have you join us. So once again, that's !Discord in the Twitch chat. We'll provide you a link there to join. And with that, I think that's going to be it from us. So, signing off, I'm Electric Entree along with Chubb Checker. We'll catch you next week in Monaco, 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday night next week in Monaco for round, what are we in now? Round 5. It'll be round 6 of the AM1 Championship here at Contest of Speed. Until then, thank you. We'll see you next time, and good night.
actually. All right, so I'm ninth with how many points? Wait, that's where I finished.